Well, good morning. I trust you're doing well today. So, over the years, I'm sure, like many others, you've heard the idea that we are to go to church. In fact, the scripture does talk about do not forsake or do not put off gathering together. And certainly, gathering together is, well, it's important. It's very important. It's very important for encouragement and growing and learning. But I'm going to challenge you today to be something else, and that is be the church. Rather than go to church, which is important, go out and find ways to be the church. Why? Well, simply because the church is simply the body of Christ. That's what it is. It's not a building, it's not a thing. It's a living, breathing entity, it's a life. It's you, it's me. And when we're being the church, then we are representing Christ in a bodily form. And one of the things that, well, that doesn't get done very often is we don't see the church in action. We see the building, we see the cars, but we don't see the people working and doing the work of the ministry. My challenge today is simple. Find ways to be the church. What would that look like for you in your life? What would that look like for you in your community? Going out and being the church in the gas station or in the restaurant or in the coffee shop, wherever you're going, assuming they're open. What would that look like? What would it look like to your neighbor if you were the church? If you were the body of Christ, what would that look like? Well, one of the things it's going to look like is going to be taking us out of our comfort zones. And I don't know about you, but I like my comfort zone. It's peaceful. It's what I know. It's what I'm accustomed to. I don't like getting out of my skin, if it were, but that's what we're called to do. We're called to get out of our skin. We're called to get out of our comfort zones and go. That's what Jesus said. Go. In fact, that's what I love about the story of Abraham, because God said, go into the land that I will show you. In other words, you're not going to know ahead of time where you're going. You're just going to have to start moving. And that's the way it is with God. He's calling us to move. Get up, start putting your foot forward and start walking. Start doing what I've called you to do. So, again, the challenge, think about ways that you could be the church today, to be the church in someone else's life so that they would see Christ in you. Think about that today, would you? Until next time, God bless.